Hello everyone, my name is Ahmet Ertuğrul. Due to COVID-19, we will do our experiments online. You can use DevCpp Plus or another environment on your computer. I will use Visual Studio Code at here, so it will not make any difference. It will not make any problem. If you want to use Visual Studio Code, this will be okay too. So that's your choice. So I will create a new file from here. Experiment 4.1 or 4.1 CPP. And at the first task, we will calculate the bunch of input will be given by user, and we will calculate the mean of that bunch of inputs. So I will start with include iostream. And using namespace std, and our main function will be here. Okay, and return 0. So at the beginning we have to ask to the user about how many input will he or she give. So int n, I will store that value as n value. So now I will ask the user how many input. Or okay, I will not make any line. So I will get that value and store to n. Then I will create a for loop, because every iteration I have to get that value from the user, and I have to create another variable as total, and every time I will add that value to my total value. So I will create a for loop for initial int I is 1, and my iteration will end until I value will reach to the user's given number, and it will increment as 1. Sorry, okay, and for every iteration I have to get that value from user, so I will ask to the user as input value, and I want my software, my code will write input value 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for every iteration. So I value is changing for every iteration. So I value will be here. So input value I, input value 1, input value 2, input value 3. It will iterate. And okay, and I will store this value to x, and I will define x value. So the user can give you a number, not only an integer value, but also he or she can give also a floating point number. So I will define as double. I'm here, and okay, total is equal to total plus x. For the first iteration, total will be, by the way, initial value of total will be 0. So for the first iteration, if x is 5, total plus 5 is equal to 5. So the total new value will be 5. For the second iteration, if the user gives as input as 6, so total value was 5, and 6 is the new value of x. So 5 plus 6 is equal to 11, the total new value. The end of the iteration, mean is equal to total divided by n, and cout. The mean is and mean and total is not defined, so total is equal to 0.0 for the initial value, and mean is nothing. Okay. By the way, this is not integer, so it will make a problem. Okay, so it became string. Okay, I'm running the. How many input will you give? Okay, it will be 5, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, and it's 1. Okay, again. 5 value again. Okay, it seems true. 3 point. So it works right. So we continue with task 2. At task 2, it says that write a code which prints the following triangular shape. Note, you have to use 4 loops. We have to use 2 for loop, in fact, which is the one is outer loop and the second one is inner loop. For the outer loop, we can estimate that the 5th row is 9 stars. So for int I is equal to 1, I smaller and equal to 9, I, by the way, 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9, so it will increment as 2. So I have to increment i's plus equal to. This is my other loop. And for inner loop, int j is equal to 1. So if j is equal to 1, for the 1, it will print a star. So inner loop will be finished and outer loop will start again. So j is smaller than or equal to I and j plus plus. So this is my inner loop. Sorry. Cout star. And inner loop, when it reaches to the final iteration, I have to make a new line. So I will step down. So cout and line. Okay. Now I am running this code. cd is not command. Okay, now it's run and 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. It works well. Okay, we continue with task 3. Task 3 is the following algorithm is attributed by Euclid to find the greatest common divisor of two integer numbers a and b. Write a C program to compute the greatest common divisor of two integers using this method. So our algorithm starts with step 1 to step 8. Step 1 is start. Step 2 is input a and b. Okay, we are getting two input from the user at the beginning. Step 3, if a is bigger than b, then interchange a and b. In expression, we will create a new value, a new variable as c, and c will be equal to a equal to b, and b equal to c. So a and b will be reversed, it will change. It will be changed. So step 4, check if a is smaller or equal to 0. Then go to the step 7. So step 7 is if this is okay, if this is true, this statement is true. So greater common divisor is b. This value will be our return value. If not, so we will continue with step 5. B is equal to b minus a. Then go to step 3. Okay, we do this again until this iteration will complete, and this will be okay until a is equal to 0. So we will write this code. In fact, it may seem a bit complicated, but it will be easy for when you write as a code, because we have the algorithms. So we just only write it. I'm creating a new file, x43cpp. Okay, and include iostream. Return 0. Okay. Int a, b, and c, and int great common divisor. So at the beginning, we have to ask the user of two numbers, two integers. So we will ask to the user as enter a, end line, no, not ending line, c in a, c out, enter b, c in b. Okay, now we get two values from the user, so we will create a loop, an infinite loop in fact, because until the step is okay, we will break the our loop. Then we will find out, okay, we will say that, okay, this is our value. So it will be while true loop. For the beginning, what was the, if a is equal to b. Okay, if a is bigger than, a is bigger than b. At this point, c is equal to a is equal to b, and b is equal to c. C is equal to a is equal to b, and b is equal to c. So our values change. Else if a is smaller than equal to 0. A is smaller than equal to 0. Now what? Go to the step 7. Step 7 is great common divisor is equal to b. Return value. Okay. So our great common divisor is equal to b. And so if we find that value, we have to break the infinite loop, and this is our value. Else b is equal to b minus a. This is while loop, end of the while loop, c out, greatest common divisor is end line. For the initial example, I will write two iostream. Iostream. Okay. I will write two prime numbers, so the greatest common divisors will be 1, and another example will be 9 and 3, so the greatest common divisor will be 3. prime numbers. Okay, 5 and 7. Greatest common divisor is 1. Okay, because both of them is prime number. I'm writing again. 9 and 3. Greatest common divisor is 3.